And welcome back to the Factor Uncensored, a debate using the correct pronouns. It's common for people to incorrectly address someone, but is it a big enough offense to make someone lose their job? We're looking at two different cases here. You see this woman? The first involves 90-year-old Fran Itkoff. She had been volunteering for the National Multiple Sclerosis Society for decades until recently. 60 years, I'm told. The 90-year-old says she was forced to resign after asking for more details about how to use, when to use the appropriate pronoun. And then she received a letter from the organization saying she no longer needed to be there as a volunteer. Another instance, a Reddit user says they are a Chipotle employee and have been written up because they accidentally used the wrong pronoun towards a fellow employee. Is this too far or justified? Joining us to talk about it, Quincy Houston King, along with members of the local trans community, Gia Marie, Vanity, and Alejandro Alvarado. Glad to have you all here on the Factor Uncensored. So let's begin with you, Alejandro. When you hear a 90-year-old who has been volunteering for decades with the Multiple Sclerosis Foundation and they fired her for not using the right pronouns, your thoughts on that?
Honestly, I feel like she wasn't really educated on that. I feel like at least she should have sit there and talked to other people as well. I don't feel like somebody that's actually been in that industry for so long was deserved any punishment for that, because she didn't know. I mean, when you're that of age, elderly people don't understand. Me personally, I feel like that wasn't called for.
All right, King, your thoughts on this?
I think that.
And I'll ask you this, a different way to that. Are we too sensitive now?
Yes, because I remember when I first came out to my mom, the first thing she said is to have tough skin, because it's going to be a lot of judgment, basically. So just to piggyback what he said, I believe that education is the key. Opposed to punishing her, they should have educated her and say, hey, this is the way, this is what we mean by that, because I don't think she was trying to be malicious, she just was uneducated.
And Gia Marie, who do you think these people may be who are going too far with it? If you think they're going too far. If you disagree, say otherwise.
I mean, I agree. Very overly sensitive people. I think that, what you said was the old lady, or the older woman wanted to educate.
To get them damn pronouns right.
All right. No, she wanted to. She was asking, what are the correct pronouns, and she wanted to know that information. So for her to be fired over wanting the information, I think that's pretty terrible. And whoever, I do agree with that our community can be very overly sensitive sometimes, but I'm also not saying that being misgendered isn't uncomfortable or isn't, it's not a nice feeling, but I do think that you can have some sort of leeway for certain generations or certain people just based off their age and their culture and their background, where they come from. They don't understand, what we do or who we are. Educating people is the most important part of this whole topic, and it's not about spanking them or like hurting them or punishing them. It's about educating the people. That's the only way they're gonna learn and respect us as trans people.
And Vanity, if you agree with this, can individuals who are oversensitive hurt you as an individual in the trans community?
I guess it's a little tricky for me because, I definitely agree with what they're saying. I think we definitely are in a time where everybody's so unsure of how to say things and what to say. But I definitely think that, I guess to answer the question, yeah, I think it's, and I'm not gonna go as far in saying that that's their intent, but I definitely will say that, like Gia was saying, it's definitely uncomfortable and it does hurt a little bit because, speaking for myself, you just put in so much work to be the person that you are. And in today's society, I just kind of feel like a lot of the times that work is diminished. Whether you believe in trans people or not, I think it's a very real thing for us. I think we tend to be put on the back burner for just how we choose to live our life, and I think Yeah, it's tough. This is not an easy road, especially in this country, if I'm being honest. So yeah, it can be hurtful for sure.
And what I'm saying is there are individuals who would read information. They would try to get to know you, and they would be, say, super progressive, but then their attitude and what they're doing may be so over the top that it would hurt individuals who may be, here's what I demand of you, and you may not even be a part of the LGBT community.
Absolutely.
You could be super progressive and this is what I want.
But it almost feels very forceful. It feels very
exactly.
And I totally understand, and I would agree with you that, we appreciate the allyism. We really do. Trust and believe. We love the allies. We love the people who love us. But it doesn't take an iron fist to get the point across. And it's all about intention and tone when you are speaking to someone who is trans or, trans life. If your intention and your tone is to hurt them, then maybe you do deserve to get fired. But if those are not your intentions and your tone is not there, I think a polite correction, hey, my pronouns are she, her, they, them, he, him, whatever, that's the correct way to go about it.
And really quick, Quincy, before we go to the break, your thoughts on this situation with this senior citizen, 90 years old?
I just feel as though she just made a mistake. I think also it's kind of hard to tell, because if they met the transgender as a female or as a male and they make the mistake, you should just correct it and just keep on going. I just want to say I apologize for everybody that just don't know, because I'm a heterosexual man and a lot of people just don't know.
Yeah,
totally.
So.
And really quick, when we talk about the Chipotle employee, your thoughts really quick.
The Chipotle employee, I think he may, again, I'm going to just say it was an honest mistake. The they and them pronouns are very tricky. Even I sometimes have issues with, using they and them pronouns. So for him to just say, I know the quote was, nah, bro, we don't put anything there. Again, a quick, polite, my pronouns are they and them, continue the day, I think would have just been enough. But, if it was more than that, then that's just what he deserved, I guess.
All right, still